we have got Nathaniel Knight-Percival.
Yeah.
Welcome, mate.
And he's got this football out, put it down on the floor, taking like little touches.
In the office?
In an office. Open the door, Frank Sinclair, just a cigar, just in the corridor. The way we kind of spoke to each other was, we didn't really have much respect for each other at the time.
He would fly in 1,000,000 miles an hour, two-footed.
Yeah. So he got me quite bad in the second game. He got booked for it, but everyone was saying it should have been a straight red.
I tried binding him up twice this season. He just doesn't even take me on.
Really? I suppose if he was a better player, it might bother you. Right, Jordan.
Right, pal.
Welcome back.
Actually, it has been a while this time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good.
Good stuff.
Got a bit of a tan. Been
Yeah,
away.
Looking well.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
You're looking well. Have you been ill?
No, mate. I've had a bad do on Cheltenham, haven't I? No, I'm actually not, to be fair. I was having a bad do. And then last day I won all my money back and more. So
Oh, did you?
yeah, it was all right. Not that Seddon or Jordan did any better.
How good's that? Was it the same race?
Same race.
Obviously, I couldn't put. I was out in Dubai, so I couldn't put a bet on. You're not loud, are you?
No, I put it on for us though, didn't I?
Yeah.
They come nowhere.
I didn't even check.
I think mine had me on its back. Slow as fuck.
Yours had your weight on.
Yeah. Well, yours was flying at the start, and then last couple of furlongs, mate, it was just disappearing. You couldn't even see it in
It's
the
a bit
end.
like my career. Downhill.
But yeah, I was Dubai.
Mate, incredible. What a place. Have you ever
Different
been?
world, isn't it? Yeah.
So there was one bit where we went down near the Burj Khalifa, is it? The tallest building. It looked fake. Like we were on like a floating deck, a restaurant on this lake, just looking up at that with like fireworks going off, and it was just unreal. It was expensive though.
Yeah, it isn't. I've got a story about the Burj, but I'll have to tell you off air.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and we flew business class on the way over as well.
I know, yeah, I've seen that. Who do you think you are, mate?
I know. To be
You
fair,
scruff from Burnley, what you do?
to be fair, we went to check in on Friday and they offered us like an upgrade. So it weren't even that much for the both of us.
Chilling.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, go on, we'll do it. I've never been upstairs on a plane like this. It was incredible. And then you've got, well, you saw it, didn't you? Champagne on arrival, a lie-down bed. They got this big cube that comes over the top of you.
Mile High Club then, or what?
I tried to get Mile High Club. And it was like a hummingbird's wing.
You got to sit it when the guy's asleep on the first class plane, and then you can hear clapping, and he wakes up and starts clapping.
Yeah. Well, so we've got some friends who live out in Dubai, and she works for Emirates, and we went out for a meal at night, and she actually, like, she said, "Oh, you didn't try and join the Mile High Club, did you?" We're like, no. Why? And she said, "You do know that in the first class cabins, they have a camera on you." I was like, "You joking?"
What, to watch when you finish your drink and that?
Just yeah, you know, like to obviously. So inside the cabin, you've got like a tiny little eye, and it's to make sure, like, if you want a drink, if you're inside these cubes, like if anything goes wrong. She said, the amount of penises that I have seen.
What a job!
Because they just look at the thing and they're like, "Oh God, like." Row 8 are at it, then we need to give them, so we'll just go and go. Just give them a knock on top of thing.
Oh God, that's so awkward. What?
Imagine like coming out like this.
I think I just have to fly straight back, mate. I won't be able to get off the plane.
Well, yeah, but you ain't got anything to be proud of.
Yeah,
have
that's
you?
true. I'd be like, just take me home.
But no, yeah, it was brilliant, and we went to. So the guy who lives out there with his missus, the one who works for him, he took me to a driving range. Have you seen the driving ranges out there?
Yeah, Top Golf, mint, isn't it?
Top Golf. So it's like neon lights everywhere. It's huge. It's about 5 stories high. There's like 4 levels that you can golf on. There's like a massive bar at the top with big football screens. You can like hit a ball into these target areas, then fireworks go off. And obviously my mate plays off 4, and I told you I've had the shanks, and I've never had it in my life. I was playing the best ever golf, and then it's just gone to dog shit.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad about it.
I know you were buzzing, but I was getting that angry, nearly in tears. Like, I threw my driver farther than I've ever hit it. I was absolutely fuming. So I'm led round the pool and he's like, oh, I'll take you to the driving range. And I was thinking, oh my God, I can't be shanking it in front of him. Like, imagine on a top driving range and you're just hitting it dead straight into the next cubicle.
It's quite embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I need to relax a little bit. I'm thinking too much about it. And they did these cocktails, 2 for 1. They were called Ooh La Las. So I was like, yeah, I'll have 2. This is like 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
What do you want, love?
No, it was. Melissa's like, no, I'm all right. I'll stay on Diet Coke. So I was like, 2 for 1. The bill come and I worked out I'd had 10. So that's 20. 20 Ooh La La. They're only about this big, but I'd had 20 of them. I was steaming. We got picked up at like 6:30. And I was thinking, right, I'm nice and relaxed. Stood on the driving range. straight. It went straight right. Nearly missed this guy's face by about 2 inches. He's like this. It went, and then everyone down the lines going, and I'm like, oh. I was thinking, just wasted 300 quid on cocktails all day, and I'm still shanking it.
Plus your balls,
plus my balls, plus everything. And the driving range was 160 quid.
Yeah,
160 quid.
I'm not going
just to get in.
No, for like
your
2 of us, we had like 100 balls or whatever, and we had 3 or 4 drinks each.
160.
160 quid.
Pricey.
That's what you're paying out there, isn't it? I didn't think you could drink over there. And I went. It's the most pissed I've ever been in my life.
But you can do anything. It's
class.
All the girls are walking around in like thong bikinis, which I didn't think was allowed.
I thought you were going to say I weren't looking. But...
Just a bit weird. It clashed with my thong. No, but it's nothing like you think, is it?
No, not at all.
I was thinking I can't like reach over and give my missus a kiss, or you can
do what you want.
I'm not saying you can do anything, but
within means,
yeah. But yeah, no, it was great. It was a great little trip, and then straight back down to earth and back here with you.
Yeah, I've been in Burnley for a week, so
Burnley.
That's been decent. Burnley and Accrington, loved it.
Pretty much like Dubai.
Yeah. Right, who have we got on today?
So we've got a guest who, when I was looking back at his career, we played against each other. You'd have been just coming through, and I was coming to the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that how old you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's probably not that big a gap between our age anyway, so I was mid-ish.
But you was kind of at the start.
Yeah, the start of actually playing football properly. Yeah,
so I was, I think I was 31 and you was 24, weren't you? But
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have got Nathaniel Knight-Percival.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome, mate.
Thank you very much.
It's definitely the poshest name we've ever had.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I'm from Cambridge, so nice. It kind of goes with
posh
it.
Down there, isn't it?
It's not far off royalty down there. You've got to be related at some point.
Yeah, but with who?
With royalty.
Royalty. Hopefully not.
Yeah, but he now lives in Preston. He's a far cry from Cambridge, isn't it?
Yeah, we were saying before, so it's like we'll get into it, but it was that season where Fleetwood won the league, and obviously we had Vardy, who was the saviour for everything when he was incredible that season.
Unbelievable.
And you was at Wrexham, and you said to me before, we as in Wrexham, you lost the league with 98 points.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like...
Came second, I think.
Came second
in the league.
With 98 points.
Not promoted.
Yeah, and not promoted.
Which is just crazy.
That's a sickness. What, playoffs?
And then lost in the playoffs as well, yeah.
Who went up that season?
Luton?
Was it Luton that season?
Was it Luton? No, it might not.
York?
They got to the finals, but I can't remember who they played. I think they...
Reece, who was it? Can you remember?
They might have got promoted.
You don't know, Stato. Who beat you?
Luton, straight away. We lost in the first game 2-0 maybe, and then I think we drew at our place 1-1 or something, but obviously not enough to go through, and then you're just like...
Because it's tough that, and it's still the same now, isn't it? Where one goes up automatic and then one through the playoffs.
Is craziness, isn't it? I know loads of people are saying you should have 2 up and stuff like that, and there isn't that much of a gap, is there, between League 2 and Conference, but obviously there's all the issue of EFL regulations, not league regulations, which...
Well, we like me and Reese, we were looking before at the teams in that league that season. So we had Fleetwood, Wrexham,
League,
Mansfield,
League,
Newport,
League,
Stockport,
Flying.
Grimsby,
Was Stevenage in it that year?
Stevenage,
Might have been in it.
Crawley.
Yeah.
So you've got that, like, you have 10
There was
teams
some-
there that are all
Yeah, some all league,
they're all in the all league clubs
teams now.
It
Yeah,
was, it was definitely like a
It
fourth
was like
league, weren't it? Or
Yeah,
fifth
at
league,
the
whatever
time,
it was.
yeah. I remember, I think everyone was saying that the gap at that time as well, it probably isn't that far away from it now, but at that time we were like, everyone was saying it's pretty much League Two, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you not play any League Two teams in the cup or anything?
Yeah. So we played that season. I think we got to like the third or fourth round.
So you
We beat Blackpool. I think Blackpool were a champ club that
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple in that.
Yeah, we had to say we played Brentford, beat them away, and then played Brighton, Hove Albion, who were in the champ at the time, and drew with them at their place, and then lost on penalties at ours,
Yeah.
which was.
I do think it's at that time. I'd say the National League at that time with the clubs that were in were bigger than League
Yeah,
Two, and they
yeah,
were
yeah.
definitely paying more money.
Yeah, there probably was. There was definitely a lot more bigger teams, weren't there, at the
Yeah.
time? Because I wouldn't even be able to tell you many of the teams that were in League Two at the time.
No.
But they weren't. There were probably quite a lot of them, maybe like lower
Yeah.
than the conference teams. So
Yeah, because I remember a lot of our lads, because we were doing so well, not so much me, but a lot of the other lads got approached. So, like we mentioned before, like Junior Brown,
yeah,
Andy Mangan, Magno Vieira,
yes,
Richard Brody.
yeah.
Who else were there?
He's a gaffer now somewhere.
Richard Brody.
I was going to say, I
Can't
remember him.
be.
The guy, skinhead.
Yeah.
Skinhead. He was. Do you know what? Before he come to us, he was an incredible like non-league striker.
Yeah,
he had
used
something
to
like
just run and
he had
run,
like
head
70 goals in
everything,
80
didn't he?
games or something.
Yeah.
And when he come to us, he was a lunatic.
Did he come to you from York, or did he go there after?
I think he was he at Stevenage or something like where he scored all his goals?
Maybe,
and then
yeah.
went to York and then come to us. He
Okay,
fell
yeah,
off
yeah.
a little bit and then
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to us. And he was insane.
Yeah, I
He-
remember.
he
He was
him.
good for you.
No, he had a screw loose.
I thought he was like insanely good. Yeah, well, my mate's a ref.
He was
and
a top guy.
He refed his team who he's managing now the other week.
Right.
So he said he's just fucking bonkers.
He was an absolutely class lad. Like, you loved him in your dressing room, but he just, he's just something missing.
Yeah. Well, we
A
all
lot of
know.
the lads.
We all know-
A
we
lot
all
of the
know
lads,
people.
yeah. Right, so let's go back. You obviously said you were brought up in Cambridge and you started your career at Histon.
Yeah. So that was just like, it was sort of the case of just having trials, like when you're 14, 15, 16, not really getting anywhere, and then just playing Sunday league football. And then
So was you having trials at
I had
professional
I think
clubs,
I
you
had
mean?
one trial maybe, or two. I think I had one definitely at Peterborough. I remember going there when I was about 14, 15, and then went there for a week or 2 weeks, and then obviously just nothing happened. Played a game at the end, nothing happened, and then just went back to playing like Sunday league football. And then just went to, and then just carried on like playing Sunday league football up until sort of about 17, 16 years old, and then got asked to play in the Histon youth team, which wasn't really a big deal. It was not like youth teams, like professional ones, because it was training once a week, a game.
And what
in the
Histon,
middle of the
like,
week.
what were they, Conference South? or
They
something like that?
were the one below, so Southern Prem. It was the one below Conference South, so it was that step 3 at the time. So yeah, just playing there and just enjoying it as you do, and then
Always a centre half as well?
no, left winger.
Was you?
That's the last thing I thought you were gonna say.
Mate, I never expected that then.
Flying left winger at the time.
6'3" left winger.
Just used to just head everything kind of thing.
Hit the diags.
Yeah, it was literally that. That's what we used to do. So
That
like,
can work
used to
sometimes,
just
can't it?
kick it on me. I just run in from the side, flick it down the line, and play up there and kind of thing. And that's what I used to. So I used to play there. But I played up left wing up until I was about 22, 23 maybe. It was in the season when I signed for Wrexham. That's when I actually changed from being a winger to a centre half.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of when my
But
career.
who decided that?
It was a combination of like Dean Saunders, Gaz Taylor, and Brian Kerry, who were like senior player and the manager and assistant manager. They were like, "What do you fancy? Do you fancy playing centre half?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, go on, I'll give it a go." Like,
So you've gone from left wing in the...
Was you a left footer as well?
yeah. So I was playing like
Left centre halves are like unicorn poo, aren't they? Everyone loves it.
So I was playing like that first season at Wrexham. I played probably everywhere, like sort of like holding midfield, left of a three in midfield, right of a three in midfield, all three positions up front, like, but never at centre half, and then just kind of
Dropping back.
and then made a
So
bit of a career
how
out
did
of
you
it.
get your move to Wrexham?
It was I was just at Histon for a long time. Scored sort of quite a
I was lucky you scored like 30 goals or something.
Yeah, scored a fair few goals kind of for Histon. I think that kind of got the attention of Dean Saunders because he signed me and he was like having a chat with me and that, and he's saying, "Oh, he's just scored so many goals. How do you score all these goals?" It's just like, I don't know, just head them in like from the back stick and stuff like that. And then like I looked through a few of the like my mum and dad had some pictures out, and I looked through these pictures. I was looking at them, and there were all pictures of me jumping up, keepers punching it like that, and my head's next to it like that. And I'm thinking, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what a nutter I was as a kid. Just used to just like love to just run and head things. Still do to a certain extent now, but not so
You
much.
got a couple of extra inch with that hair as well, which must help.
It gives me an extra 2 inches or something, so I can sound like 6'2" when I'm not really. Yeah. But it just kind of all came from there.
Can you remember that first conversation with Dean? Because obviously he's a funny guy, you know.
Oh, he's
such a funny guy. But
so I remember. So I remember actually signing. So I remember I drove from Cambridge to Wrexham to like meet him and go and sign with him. So I've driven all the way. It's like took me about 3 hours. I had a couple of stops on the way, just on my own as well.
Yeah.
Just went there, got to the training ground. And he was just like waiting outside. I think he might have been outside, like on the pitches, like cutting the grass on a tractor or something. Because he was like, well, you know those gaffers. You get some gaffers who will go around. They'll like do everything on the training ground. I used to like cut the grass, go around, check everything's right, everything. This is in the off season as well, just making sure it's all okay. And then
go on, Dino.
he's seen me and then like come over, he goes, come into my office. I said, yeah, okay, cool. I was like 22, 23 or something.
You're not absolutely buzzing at this point.
I'm just really nervous, really, because it's like this is like my first kind of step into full-time football, so I didn't really know like what the deal was. Like obviously training the day, I was like, well, this is cool. Like this is an actual job kind of thing.
Had you discussed any money at this stage?
No, nothing at all. So I just literally just drove up because I said to my mum before I went, I said, well, the worst thing that will happen is that I play football. If I don't like it, I'll just come back home. My mum was like, yeah, it's fine. Just do whatever you feel like it's best for you. I was like, okay. So yeah, I got there. He said, come into my office. So I went into his office and he was just asking me about, obviously, you scored a lot of goals. You've done well at Histon. And I was just sort of just really nervous, just sitting there just like, yeah. And he's just saying, well, but obviously, coming here full time, you'll have more time to kind of progress, get better. I can show you some stuff myself, how you can improve, score goals. And I was thinking, okay, this is great. I mean, I want to learn, want to get better. And he's gone, okay, just get up for me a second, just get up. So I stood up, and he got this, like, those little footballs.
Yeah.
And he's going, like, things I can show you, like holding people off, stuff like that. Because you got to get used to using your arms and stuff in football. He said, you stand up, and he's got this football out, put it down on the floor. And he's got the football, and he starts kind of just like, taking like little touches
in the office.
In an office. It's really sort of in the office, and he's gone, come try and get the ball off me. And I was like, what now? It's just me in here. I was like, what now? And he's like, yeah. So I was like, okay. Trying to get in. He's just like that. Bang, get off. Bang, get off. I was like trying to like nick it like with my toe, like trying to like, get my foot through, just get a nick on it or something like that. And he's going, no, see, you got to use your arm. So you go around this way, use your arm. You come this way, I use my arm. You see, I'm shielding it from you. So I'm kind of like in the office. Like,
you couldn't have ran over and smashed him at that point, can you?
I was thinking,
imagine 2 foot.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I like proper go through me? I was like, no, I can't do that. It's ridiculous. So in the end, like I just carried on and then not really thought about it. Ended up he just ended up like putting a contract in front of me and stuff like that. And I had a look at it and I said, okay, this is great. Like, luckily I was kind of like, well, I'll take this back home with me. I'll speak over with my family and then I'll get back to you. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. So in the car driving home, and I was around my mum on the way back and I said, she's like, oh, how did it go? I said, yeah, it was really good. I was kind of like just trying to tackle him in his office and I wasn't really sure what to do. Do I take him? I was just like, wait, what she's like, the manager, Dean Saunders, like, yeah. It's like, okay, that's a little bit peculiar, that. And I said, yeah, it was at the time, peculiar. But, I just kind of went with it. I didn't really know what to say. And she was like, well, it is what it is. And I was like, yeah, it is. And I was just drove back home and just constantly, I was just thinking about it the whole way. It's just such a strange
toes
moment.
curling on the motorway.
Yeah.
What has just happened?
I wonder what his thoughts were. I wonder if he went out and he went, ooh.
Yeah, I think he's quite like that though, isn't he? He's a bit of a character anyway. So I thought he was I found it like hilarious. And I was just thinking back about it and I was like, that was just bizarre. Just such a
Did it make you want to sign for him though?
Yeah, like
you must have warmed to him a little bit.
The thing is, I thought he was a really nice guy, and even the whole time he was there, I always liked him. I know that some people obviously have different things that they'll say about him and things like that, but I always really liked having him as a gaffer because I thought it found him very funny, and he obviously had so much. He had a great reputation in the game. He's done loads.
I've heard different stories about him, like joining in the shooting practice and basically just going, right, lay it here, and him just going whip. Like top bin and
did
going,
a lot of that.
Do that.
Yeah, he did a lot of that in training, in fairness. And then he used to join in small-sided games, the old v young.
Yeah.
Every Friday he'd do it. Every Friday, and he'd be on the old team. I'd be on the young team.
I love that.
And he was giving, and he was like going for it every week. And it was always kind of like a bit 50-50. Young would win some, I will win some. But he'd always come in on the Friday afterwards. So like you'd have your lunch and that. Then you'd come in and he'd go and he'd like bang his papers down. Match report, old v young. And he'd go through every player, like give you a rating. If you'd won, you'd be like fairly high. And then if the old team ever lost, he'd always give himself like top marks. And he'd be like, Dean Saunders, no help. Out wide today, couldn't be helped by some of the other old players. He'd say no assists from so and so who couldn't find the ball to Saunders. Therefore, him having a poor game resulted in the team losing. Things like that. But it was hilarious.
It's decent banter though.
Yeah, class banter. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to bring in like prizes and stuff. I think he brought in like you have like Apple. You remember the first Apple computers, the big ones.
Yeah.
Brought in that as a prize for like whoever was man of the match. Just be like, there's your prize. People would be like,
big Apple Mac, hard drive.
What are you going to do with that? Like carrying a big thing off. It was stupid.
That's class.
Very funny.
When they give you the contracts from Histon, did you not have a look and think, nice?
What, the Histon contract?
No, like your Wrexham compared to Histon.
Yeah. Because that was like part-time, and I look at that, I was like, oh, that is good. Like I was working at the time, but I was sort of like, this is more than I'm on combined, and I was like, this is great.
Was there ever a point where you thought, I'll go back and negotiate this, or was it just Alice?
I thought you was going to say I took it home to say like I'll speak to family and went back with more, but you just took it.
I was like. I looked at it, I was like, this is because this is what I wanted to do. I was just like playing professional football. I always used to say to my mates when I was younger, if I can get if I'm playing football and I'm getting paid to play football, if it's like 100 quid, 200 quid, I'm happy kind of thing.
You'd take less, wouldn't you, to go?
Yeah,
100%.
At the time as well, because I was, when you're young and you're just like kind of like chasing it a bit, you just want to just play professional football. I was a bit sort of like, I'll do it. I don't mind like what it is.
There's a time and a place for negotiations, isn't there? But coming from Histon to Wrexham,
your first full-time team is probably not like
you're just taking whatever.
Take it.
100%.
So happy days.
Who were the other players in that team? Because you had quite a good.
Yeah, I had quite an experienced squad as well. So I had like Gaz Taylor, who's the.
Was Andy Morell there? Was that time when he was there?
I think he was there the first year. Yeah, he was there the first year as well with us. Him, Dean Keats. Frank Sinclair signed. Yeah. Chris Blackburn, if you know him, he's a different kind of character. He was a good guy. Frank Sinclair signed. Yeah, he was with us. Who else did we have? Big Marv.
What did you think of Frank? Because I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
He's a character.
He was very funny. We had a pre-season thing, and
did he ever big time you off?
No, he didn't actually.
His banter used to be big time in.
Yeah, it probably was, but it was very fun. I found it very funny, so I wasn't really bothered. Like I just remember, like we were on a pre-season, and you know how like you play your game. He says go out afterwards. So we went out. We were in Aberystwyth. This is how high class it gets at Wrexham. So we're in Aberystwyth, and then like obviously like had a night out. I've gone home and gone back to the room. So the rooms are just all, it's like a university kind of dorm. So everyone was just in one room, each kind of thing. And just hey! I was like,
it's going to start sound out now.
I was like, who's that? So I looked around, like looked through like the door, peered through it. He's gone, I opened the door, it's Frank Sinclair, just a cigar, just in the corridor. I was thinking, oh my God. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you in bed? I was like, 3 a.m, I'm tired. He's like, come on, you come back out. I was like, Frank, I don't think so, mate.
Trying to get you back out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so, man. I've had enough, to be honest.
He was like still just 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah, just like cigar in the like. I was thinking the smoke alarms are going to go off in a minute. Like just smoking this like fat cigars. God, it's a bit crazy this, but yeah. He must have ended up carrying on going out, but he was a funny guy. I liked him a lot.
He used to be in living room all the time in Manchester.
I feel like I've seen him there before as well.
And he
your living room.
You are
your living room.
Yeah, my living room. I mean, we once like I think we were moving on to somewhere else, and we'd gone outside, and he was looking, and he was like, and we're like, Frank, come on, get in. He's like, what's this? I was like, it's a taxi. And he's like, taxi? Is that same as a chauffeur? And he's like, what do I do? How do I open it up? Like,
what, you have to pay?
Yeah. Oh, he was class. But that was his banter.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I don't mind that. Like,
no, I love it.
You can own it.
It was class.
Fine.
Yeah, it was like,
funny.
Someone just opened the door for me because I'm not used to this.
You did that with my Peugeot, didn't you?
Can't remember.
I had to shut my own boot in my Peugeot.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's got a button. I've not done that for a while. I was like, piss off, said.
You got to do it, yeah. And obviously, joined Wrexham, that was that season where we had some good battles, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, you was our closest rivals that season, but like I mentioned him before, can you remember playing against Vardy?
I remember the first game at our place, and he wasn't actually that good. And I was kind of thinking, in the second game, I was thinking, he can't. It's not going to be too difficult. And then he was unbelievable. The second game, obviously, I think was that the first season he was with you.
He was only with us one season.
Yeah, and I remember. So obviously, the game was probably about 3 seasons in. So understandable. You're finding your feet a little bit. And I was thinking, and I remember people saying, "Oh, this guy is quite good." And I think we played quite well. And I didn't remember having too many issues from him at the time.
Is this the first game?
The first game,
yeah.
And then the second game, and he was just running channels, getting into it and everything. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's got well good. Like,
what's happened to
6 months? Yeah.
I think
but then obviously
he got better and better throughout the season.
Yeah.
But one thing about Vardy, it was so aggressive.
Yeah.
He would, like when you see a challenge and a normal centre forward, you'd like, just back out of that because you don't want to get injured. He would fly in a million miles an hour, 2-footed. Like dirty bastard. No, but like aggressively.
Yeah, he fully went for it.
Yeah,
he got me quite bad in the second game.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because I remember he got booked for it, but everyone was saying it should have been a straight red. But such is life.
What was it? It was 1-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, drew 1-1.
Who scored for us? Can't remember.
Such a game, isn't it?
It was on telly, wasn't it? It was like...
It probably was, yeah. Congratulations, mate. Yeah.
To be honest, it was more of a fluke of a goal. I was on the 18-yard box, but the far corner, and it got crossed, and I headed it. I was trying to head it back across goal, and I caught it good, and it just went in the far post.
Luke Tim.
Yeah. Well, no, just like...
Well, it's
powerful diag. I'd left him for dead.
Marking.
Yeah, I think at that time he was having a sub. Get him off before he.
Don't want to ruin the game.
Right, Jordan, we'll just pause the podcast there to do a big announcement.
Big news coming.
We have got a live show of the podcast on Friday, 25th of April at Radcliffe Borough. Doors open at 6:30 p.m, where we'll have beers, guests, audience participation.
I can't have any beers. I've got a game next day.
Well, as we say, don't tell the gaffer.
Yeah, see what Johnsy says.
John will be there, so he'll be spying on you anyway. But yeah, link to buy the tickets will be in our bio on all the platforms. Get there early because it's going to be a sellout.
Big time.
See you there.
Yeah.
It was, but I think, did you have Nathan Pond as well?
We had
at the
Pondy,
time?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
A big cat, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's a big guy.
Beast him.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Pondy as well, though. So Pondy came through
He just
like
stayed.
real non-league.
Yeah,
didn't he? Like
yeah.
he'd come
He
up
was
from
really
like
low down, wasn't he?
like northwest counties and
Gollard
stuff
and
like.
Histon, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just every season, you always think like,
You got to fall off.
can
at
he
some
get
point.
better? Yeah, can
yeah.
he? And he just improved and improved. They end up playing.
He in League One, wasn't
He
he?
had League One, yeah, and he still looked comfortable.
Yeah.
Like-
He's a really good player.
And he was
I thought
what,
it was
what
really
a top
good,
guy
yeah.
he was as well.
Yeah.
Such a top guy. But he once emptied me in training. Absolutely emptied me when I just joined.
He
Yeah.
doesn't get angry until
No.
that one thing really does him.
Yeah.
And everyone's in big trouble then.
Yeah.
It's the same
So
with File.
powerful as well.
Yeah. Once his head had gone, someone was getting it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be on the other side.
No,
of that.
I've never really seen his head go, but it was just like a switch where you just thought, just keep away from Bond.
Yeah.
Just leave him.
You move across the other centre half.
Yeah, so I've seen him, like, bumped into him a couple of times in press and always have a chat with him. Nice, really nice guy.
Yeah,
really
top
nice
guy.
So I wanted to know, you've gone from left wing at step 3 to centre half in, what is it, National League, League 2?
Yeah.
Marking Vardy.
Yeah. Like, did you not overthink that? Did you just go and do it?
Yeah, it was kind of just a case of in between the seasons of signing for Wrexham. So the first season I did all right, like playing in all these different positions, scored a few goals, not loads, and then I played like a reserve game towards the end of the year, a few reserve games towards the end of the year, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to try it at centre half?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go," and then started pre-season as a centre half. Played all the pre-season games, and then that's just where they just said, "Right, that's it. You're a centre half now." I was like,
And you felt comfortable there as well?
yeah. I think I just sort of just got used to it. Started like reading the game. I was playing with Mark Crichton.
Yeah.
He just used to just
Beast
head
as
everything,
well, yeah.
just headed everything. So like playing next to him was kind of like a good kind of like little and large combo kind of thing. I used to do his run, he used to do my heading kind of thing. And he was really good. Just taught me through the game.
Martin, yeah, flipping heck.
Yeah, taught me through the game, helped me out a lot, and it just kind of just went from there. Just played pretty much every game that season at centre half, and then got the move.
Yeah. Did you, by that time, had you got an agent? Somebody looking after you?
Yeah. And so he was sort of like, when it came to January time, he was like, "Yeah, I think I'll be able to get you a move." I was like, "A move where?" Like, he was like, "Don't know, we'll see."
Back to
Definitely, yeah. He was like, "Definitely in the league." I was like, "The league?" I was like,
Not the league.
so I was like, well, I was just like, really? Yeah, so I was getting excited at that point. But obviously, as a player, you're like, I just got to focus now. I just got to focus. So you just keep like your head on the game.
Yeah.
Focus.
And did you know of the clubs that were interested or not?
Didn't really know at the time till kind of like end of January time when he said Peterborough were interested. And obviously I knew they were going to be in the Championship. Well, I didn't know, but they were looking like they were staying in the Championship that season. So I was like, "Oh, this is great."
That's a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a very big jump.
Yeah, I was thinking at the time, is it a bit too much kind of thing? But then I thought, it is what it is. You may as well go as high as you can.
Yeah, well, like you can't
See
turn
what
it down.
happens.
You can't go, it's a bit of a big jump for me.
Oh, I don't think I can manage
I don't
it.
think I'm ready.
Don't fancy
Another
it.
year.
So,
Give it another year.
so yeah, I didn't want to. So I thought, this is great. Like I'll go for it. Signed like a pre-contract with them
in the Jan?
Yeah, in January.
That's
so it's
nice,
kind of
isn't
like
it?
all been kind of sorted.
Right, okay.
So that played the rest of the season like knowing I was going at the end
Was
of
you
the
out
year.
of contract as well? Did Wrexham look?
Yeah, because I had the 2-year contract when I signed.
Yeah.
And then...
And did they not try and extend it? You'd have thought they'd try and extend it to get some money for you.
I think that at the time, because I think it was around December time, Dean Saunders left and he went to Doncaster as the gaffer, and then Andy Morrell took over as like player manager.
Yeah.
And I think because all the stuff was going on, the club was in a bit of financial trouble as well. Yeah, I think it kind of got to the point where it
We're in
was sort of
financial
like,
trouble and they forget to sign somebody else.
He's going to make money for
He's going to make money for you, yeah.
So it was literally like a point where like my agent was like, well, now it's got to that point, just don't sign anything because
Keep
you'll
quiet.
definitely, so you'll definitely get a move. And I think it kind of went under the radar a bit. And then it got to the point where I was like, well, I'm signing this pre-contract thing and it was too late really for them. So and
did that affect how you played to the end of the season? Did you?
No, not at all.
Never in your back of your mind where you thought I need to protect myself a little bit?
Not
or?
really, actually.
No.
I don't think I've ever had that kind of mindset, like where you're like, I need to hold back a bit. Because I always think it goes the other way.
Yeah, you end up getting hurt then.
Yeah. So I've never really had that kind of mindset of it because it is what it is.
He doesn't get wound up either. I tried winding him up twice this season. He just doesn't even take me on.
Really?
He doesn't. He just ignored me.
Relaxed character.
Yeah,
I know some people will try it. And
I suppose if he was a better player, it might bother you.
I like it because I don't mind people like having a go at me and stuff during games and stuff because I can bat it off because I'm not really too stuff like that don't really get in my head because I don't know, I'm just a relaxed character.
So I'm giving it him thinking I'm going to get him here.
Yeah.
Got me nothing. I thought, right, where's the other centre? He's going to have to get it. Went after Tom Moore instead.
Yeah. So did you get a bit back from him?
No, nothing. He's quite chilled as well.
Yeah, he's pretty chilled.
Did you win the game?
Drew 1 and 1-1.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But got nothing out of him.
So I didn't realise that you'd made that move to the Championship at the end of that season because you and Vardy must have been the only two then.
I think so, yeah. It was, I remember obviously he got...
So he went for £1 million, didn't he?
He must have signed a new contract or something or something because he obviously, they had to pay for him because I went on free.
I think he had another year left. Because, like I say, he'd only been there one season.
Yeah.
So I think he signed maybe a 2-year deal from Halifax.
Yeah. And he went and I was like, oh, yes, it's great. Me and Jamie Vardy moves to the Championship. And that's about the only comparison I have with him my whole life. So. But he's done brilliant, hasn't he? So fair play to him. Like,
unbelievable.
He's had a great career.
You did well.
I've done okay compared to him. Like distinctly average compared to him, but he's done really well. So
did you ever see that? I know, like you said, the second game he did well, but like
I think because obviously I'd seen all the stats and I'd actually seen him play in other games, and then in the second game I noticed like there was a huge load of improvement in him. Yeah. So I think he kind of figured he was going to get a move. He scored so many goals for you as well, didn't he, that season? Strikers scoring that many goals, you're always going to get a move, obviously.
Did you think Prem winner, though?
No,
Prem winner.
That's craziness, isn't
broke
it?
Van Nistelrooy's scoring record, play for England, win the
You wouldn't
Prem.
have thought that, would you?
No,
it's unbelievable.
It'll never ever happen again, ever.
No, nothing
Something like that will
that.
never ever happen again.
Oh mate, it's such an achievement, isn't it? For him, he must just be like, whatever else happens in his career, he can be like, I've had an unbelievable career. Can't he? So
you got called up for England, didn't you?
England C.
CT.
Right.
CT.
I didn't get that.
Giving it a big one over here.
Same thing.
Yeah,
So, did you end up meeting Barry Fry?
Who did I? Yeah. Spoke with Barry Fry, and Darren Ferguson at the Peterborough Marriott or something.
Yeah.
And just had like a chat with them. Kind of sorted it all out. My agent at the time was he was quite good friends with Barry Fry anyway, so I think that kind of helped. When people know people, it.
What was the
always
jump
helps.
in salary?
Oh yeah, pretty nice.
Must have been a big jump.
A little bit more, yeah.
You don't need to tell me numbers, but that must have been, like I say, because it is a big jump in it.
It was, obviously, just, the comparison was just craziness, and I was just like, this is great. I'm going to save so much money. I'm going to start saving right now. And like, because like kind of person I was like,
I love his mentality.
I was just like,
God, I can't wait to start saving money. Jordan would have been going, I can't wait to blow this.
Night out.
I'm going to blow this all.
This was the thing at the time. Like, I was just like,
I'm going to get an investment fund.
I can save. Look how much I can put into my ISA. This is great. But I don't know. I've never been like a really like lavish kind of character. I was always very relaxed, chilled.
I can tell by the way you've dressed.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. It's all old stuff.
It's everything though. Like, even your mates start going, he's like an actual footballer now. And everything back home is like, he's a footballer.
Yeah. And you're like, well, not really. You go back. Because it's a bit different, isn't it? Obviously, when you go back and see all your mates and they're like, oh, so how is it going? It's like, fine.
Yeah, it's just
kicking a ball about.
But
it's not a big deal.
It is a big, like, you don't often see it where lads have not come through an academy. So sometimes you come through like a professional academy.
Yeah.
Then you've been released and you've dropped down to non-league and then you've jumped again.
Yes.
But you never had that.
No.
You never had that at all. So you've gone from Northern Southern League or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, like 5 years later, you're in the Championship.
Playing like real football. Yeah. It's good. It's just very different, isn't it? Like
who were some of your teammates then? Like Lee Tomlin?
Lee Tomlin is
what a player he was.
He was honestly one of the most gifted players.
Yeah.
Like I've seen, kind of thing. And he was like, even for it, it's a bit chunky, wasn't he? But he was quick. He was really quick.
Yeah.
And he had a great touch.
Great feet.
Yeah. Probably one of the best players I've probably played with, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there. Really.
Who else was in your squad?
Dwight Gale's a belter.
Dwight Gale.
Was Dwight Gale
Britt
there?
Sombalonga, they were both, I think Dwight Gale was the first season, and then he obviously left for, was it Crystal Palace maybe? Yeah. And then Britt Sombalonga in the second season, who then also went to, can't remember.
Someone in red.
Or someone. I got Forest in
red. Nottingham Forest,
yeah.
Forest,
yeah. So they both got sold for like over $1 million or something in the 2 consecutive seasons, and they just got loads of goals. Both great strikers.
Yeah,
really.
Do you remember walking in first day of pre-season
at Peterborough? I can't remember the very first day, but I can remember like the first, like the pre-season kind of time, and it was like I was like nervous because I was like, oh, God, I got to do it again. This is another big step out. I have to just like
show. You got to prove
like,
yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. Like show I can play at this level, and but it went quite well. In fairness, like I felt like my whole pre-season was like I had a good pre-season.
Was there a big change in the physical aspect of a pre-season, like you'd done a pre-season with Wrexham?
Really? No, I wouldn't say like we did like more running or anything, or like the runs were harder. It was just sort of just, you know, like when you finish the runs and you go into all the ball work afterwards and you're a bit leggy after it.
Yeah.
That everyone was still really crisp, and I was like, oh God, this is really hard.
In the middle of a rondo for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're trying to keep up with everyone, like, gotta keep going. You got to just stay switched on. So you used to come off like being like, oh God, that was such a hard day. Like, just like mentally, like you found it really challenging in that aspect. But it was great. It was great.
Well, the facility's better, as in terms of like, you know, like you cool down and like any baths and ice baths and all stuff like that compared to Wrexham, or is it pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same, because at Wrexham they had like they were at Colliers Park, which at the time was quite, it was like its own private kind of land, and they had quite a lot of stuff there at the time. And Peterborough were probably on the other side of it, that they didn't have loads of stuff. We had enough stuff, like nice gym, good training pitches.
I suppose that kind of helped then, because it's not too big of a jump where you're
similar.
If
you walked into like Tottenham's training ground,
you'd be overawed, wouldn't you?
Like where do I go? What is all this stuff? Yeah, you're probably right actually in that sense. It didn't feel like it was like you going from like a park to like Carrington or
you probably didn't feel like you're going National League to Championship. So I bet that pre-season helped, that it was very, very similar in terms of like the running, the physicality, the aftercare kind of stuff.
I think it's just like the players and the quality. That was where you notice the difference as you would in any step up in leagues, really.
Did you start the first game
No, we played Leicester away, and I really wanted to as well. It's like, this would be great if I could play up against Jamie Vardy first day of the season. He started.
Did he start? He
started, yeah.
Because he really struggled that first season.
Yeah. I think he came off after maybe sort of like 50, 60 minutes or something. But again, like starting the first game of the season is quality, isn't it? No, I didn't really get into the team until probably about 6-7 games in or something like that, and then got a run of games. Ended up getting sort of like 30 games or something in the champ, which I was pretty impressed with.
Very good.
After that season, like from stepping up, and then when you don't start, you always think, am I even gonna be able to get into this team? And I did in the end, which was great. And then just roll from there.
Who are the standout players in that league?
Oh man,
Strikers.
Yeah.
Who was it? Good players. There were Ross Barkley. He was at Sheffield Wednesday, but he was only a kid. Yeah. But he was like, like Wayne Rooney when he came through, like built like a man. He's like 18. He was like built, fast, powerful. He was very good that season. And then there was I'm trying to remember back. This is a long time ago. El Hadji Diouf, he played for Leeds. I think he was at Leeds at the time, which was a bit of a different one. Just playing against him was just a bit funny. Just a funny character. Who else? I can't really remember who there were. There was like off the top of my head, I remember playing against Kevin Davies.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like a big superstar, but he's a great player, wasn't he?
Great player for
But he was horrible for a centre half.
I'd hate to mark him.
But he was like, because obviously, like on elbows it's just elbows. Yeah, I just used to catch him with elbows every time. And I was thinking, this guy. But he's a quality player, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's not like a huge superstar, but he's a great player, isn't he?
He is for me. Bolton fan, aren't
I?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Did you know that Jordan used to be at Bolton? I don't know if he's never mentioned. He never mentions it, so I feel like I have to bring it up for him.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Bolton's a cool place.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
And he was he was a wonder kid at 4.
I was.
What did they say about you then?
Said he was a wonder kid at 4. By 5, he was gone.
Yeah,
it was over.
No, it was 5. I was a wonder kid.
Oh, sorry.
After that, I sort of went downhill.
He was a wonder kid at 5.
Yeah, made yourself back up now. But look at you now.
Hello.
Look at you now. Yeah.
Should have seen him ruling the creche.
I was so good.
The softball.
I was getting tours around Goodison Park. I was like clapping the fans at 5.
At 5.
That was probably 8 then. I was still good then. That was just me.
How did that first season go? Did you get relegated that first season?
Yeah, relegated in the first season. Remember, it was against Crystal Palace away. Lost, and then obviously relegated. It's
horrible
just a bit
feeling.
Horrible feeling. I think it was the last day of the season as well. So that was like even worse. You just finish and that was it, kind of thing. But then second year, started pre-season again, played a bit more, played a bit of left back, played a bit of centre half, won the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and got into the League 1 playoff semis, but didn't get through to the finals. Lost to Leyton Orient. But a fairly successful kind of season. Not successful, but a goodish season.
Played a lot that season.
Yeah, again, about another 30, 35 games, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was another, like for me, it was a good step in my career, kind of in the fact that just consistently playing sort of games every year and not really missing much football.
And then was it Micky who took you to Shrewsbury?
Yeah. So he signed me and he was like, I've been trying to get you for years. And I was like, didn't even realise.
Yeah, he's a great bullshitter.
I was like, what? He said, yeah, when I was at Fleetwood, tried to sign you then, wouldn't let you go. I was like, oh man. I was like, if only. Yeah. Signed with him.
What do you think of Micky?
Yeah, really like him. He signed me twice, so I could never say anything bad about him.
No,
but I always liked him as a manager. Really, just honest guy.
Yeah,
a lot of respect for him. Respect for him.
Like I've said it before. I think he was just always on it, weren't he?
Yeah.
He never let you drop your standards, which is good.
He would like pull you up if you even come off it just a little bit. He'd pull you up on it. The fact that even when in that first season when we got promoted, I think we we maybe lost one game, or so, I think we may have lost one game and drew a game, and he's like had got the whole changing room in, the whole team in a change room, and just having a go at everyone in the change room. And we were like, we're doing all right. We're not even doing that bad here.
Yeah,
like,
we lost one game.
Yeah, we lost like a game, but I think that was like how
it's one of them things though. Like if he lets that slip, that one game turns into 2 games and 3 games.
The fact that he just seen it and nipped it in the bud so early, you're like, fair play, because you can see.
But he would do that in
coming.
training as well.
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
Yeah. He'd pull you up in training as well. He'd just completely stop it and just because he didn't even really have a whistle, stopwatch, nothing like that. He'd just walk and just observe, wouldn't he? And then he'd just go, hold on, and he'd just walk into the middle of the pitch and just stop it and just start having a go at people or something that wasn't going right.
Or he'd get you all off the pitch and just run. You'd be like, oh my god, horrible.
Bollocking the lad who's not done his job.
Yeah, well,
like, the lads are like, not bad.
Yeah, I you're running out. Fucking your fault. That.
But like,
it was usually me who shouted at
me. He'd pull you up on it though, wouldn't he? And he's
good.
really good like that. Really good like that. Yeah, because remember even at Tranmere, he was having a go at I think we lost to Mansfield in a game, and after the game, he was like raging. He's coming. He started having a go, and Scottish accent. Yeah, it's pretty intimidating anyway. Yeah, just having a go, like really loud, really intense. And then so I had to take a breathe, and he said to the assistant manager, "You go. I'm having a breather." He'd have a go for like a few minutes, get his breath back. Then he'd go, "Hold on," and then he'd go again. It was like 20 minutes. Yeah, horrible.
I'm gonna run through some of your managers here, but just so like I know you won the league that year, so you dropped down to League 2.
Yeah,
won that league. Can you remember where you went? Celebrations, end of the season.
We went to Marbella, which was not me, but it was good. Had a good time. Yeah,
why is it not you?
Well, he wanted to invest his money.
Quite showy.
Too expensive.
Yeah. You know them like ocean beach clubs and things like that. It's so expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can just go to a bar. At the
you got to Witherspoons.
It's the same kind of vibe, isn't it? Just cheaper beers. Just had a few beers. It was good. No, I enjoyed it. Like because we had a good group at the time, and like.
Do you have Andy Mangan in that group?
Yeah. He was there. Yeah, he was there. So it was good because like. Even within, how in all football teams you get like groups, don't you?
Yeah.
But even in all those groups, we would all still come together and we'd all still do stuff all together as a group, and like there was no like cliques or anything. So it was really good in that sense that we just had just a good quality.
Did you stay away from Mangs on night out?
Yeah. On night out.
From what you saw me, he doesn't.
I can't see how him and Mangs would ever.
Yeah,
you never go on a night out together.
Yeah, it's quite weird though. But in a way, we're kind of like I still speak to him like to this day. Like I speak to him every now and then. He is like he's one of those people who I wouldn't hang out with all the time, but when I speak with him, I always get on with him really well. And we have like quite a lot of like actual like good conversations, and he's a great guy, isn't he?
He's a great
really good guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah,
like behind all the craziness.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. Yeah. Great guy. Yeah.
No, he's a great guy.
Got a lot of time for him.
Right, I'm going to run through your managers. I want best manager and worst manager.
Oh, man.
All right, let me run through a few. Yeah. Dean Saunders, Andy Morrell, Darren Ferguson, Micky Mellon, Stuart McCall.
All good to this point.
Simon Grayson, Michael Collins, David Hopkin, Gary Boyer, Stephen Presley, Chris Beach.
Ooh.
Sorry, Beecher. Yeah. Derek Adams, Micky Mellon again, Russell Penn, Jim Bentley. So I want your best and worst manager, and just like why. And you don't need to be your worst manager because you hate them. Just worst manager out because of something.
Yeah. Okay. Probably down there. We'll put Chris Beach at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
No offense. But it is what it is.
Why though? What?
Well, I think obviously when he came in, we just didn't really see eye to eye. It is what it is. That's football though. Sometimes you're not going to see eye to eye with everyone. Didn't play.
That's always like you hate a manager if you don't play.
I wouldn't even say though I hated him. I just say just disliked.
Disliked. Yeah. I'm just saying like from a personal point of view, if a manager, no matter how bad the manager is, if he likes you and plays you every game, you're like, oh, I like him.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But
it's always the case,
course
isn't
it
it?
is,
So
yeah.
If you don't play, you're clueless.
yeah.
I ain't got a clue. Yeah, you're right, Mum. Yeah, he's not got a clue. Yeah, I hate him. Yeah, you're right. I'll put him on if you want.
No, yeah, but we just didn't see eye to eye, and it is what it is. I think we just had a difference of opinion in football. So
Yeah,
You thought you should play. You didn't.
yeah, the good thing was is that there was the COVID year, so I only had to. I was only with him for 2-3 months or so,
Right.
And then COVID hit, and then that was that.
There's some good ones there, though, isn't there? Who was your favourite?
Micky Mellon is definitely at the top of my list, but in fact, like I actually get on like pretty well with most gaffers. Like I'm
Can't see him falling
like,
out with many, can you?
No.
pretty like in general, I would say I was pretty kind of like just get down, just business kind of thing,
Yeah.
not too
I think
this
if
way
you're
or
a
that
good
way
pro,
kind of thing. Yeah,
if you're a good pro, there's not many managers that you'll fall out with
Yeah.
because that's all they want, innit? Like there might be a few who you don't like because they don't play you.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
said, but generally you're not going to fall out with them.
yeah. I'd like
You
to
don't seem the
think
kind of guy.
in the main, I've still am a good pro.
Yeah,
In the main, obviously it's more their opinion, isn't it?
yeah.
I can't really say for myself, but some great managers on there.
Well,
isn't there?
we've had a couple on the phone and they think you're a bit of a twat.
Yeah, no, I get that as well. Yeah.
I want to kid him.
Big Jim's coming on soon as well. So
Is
we'll
he?
have to,
Yeah.
we'll ask him.
I like Jim. I like Jim a lot. I spoke with him obviously the other day, and it's a shame what happened with him, but I'll keep in contact with him because he's a good guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like he's a good man, good character.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
So after Shrewsbury, you moved to Bradford,
Yeah.
and like big club as well. Big
Yeah.
expectations. Like we spoke to a few people who've been at Bradford, haven't we?
Seen our 4 gaffers at Bradford as well.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's craziness, isn't it? Apologies to the other gaffers.
I don't think it's your fault.
I didn't mean it like that.
I think it's like you played a lot of games for him.
Yeah,
Played
yeah.
a lot of games, but it's like the expectation is that they should not be in that league.
Yeah, I think obviously when I signed there, the new owners had just stepped in. So I think they still had like the majority of the players who were all obviously when they had the cup runs and things like that.
Yeah.
They had the majority of the players there still. So I was kind of joining a group of players who were obviously very good players in their own right and had a very good team in their own right. And then the first year with Stuart McCauley, he made some good signings. We got Josh Cullen on loan from West Ham, who was unbelievable. He's still a kid at the time. Obviously, he's captain of Burnley now, but unbelievable football player. And we just kind of kept the momentum going. Rolled into the season, did well, got into the playoff finals, lost in the playoff finals, obviously, and then kind of just from there, I think because people's contracts were coming to an end, there were people who were leaving, and then the new owners weren't wanting to invest loads of money, and just we brought in quite a few kids and things like that. So it kind of just started teetering off a little bit, and just until not that first year, but the year after, my third season, we ended up getting relegated, which was
Struggled
massively.
I suppose when the new owners came in, a lot of them players were on big wages still, weren't they?
Yeah. So it would have been a case of either moving them on and then we were replacing them with players or people who weren't on as much money, who weren't as good
Or experienced.
just not the right type of player that we needed, really. So it was a sad state of affairs really for the club, because I feel bad in the sense that it was such a big team and we had done so well to go from being on the cusp of getting into the Championship to getting relegated. It's just not good, is it?
Was that a Wembley trip as well? That?
Yeah.
But that was sickening, wasn't it?
Yeah. Against Millwall as well. Millwall.
Was it?
Yeah. Millwall lost 1-0.
Yeah. Wow, that journey back.
Yeah, it's just
Not nice.
champagne still at bottom at coach, just sat there, just like fuck.
Shall we No.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
Just a little one.
Yeah. And then you was made club captain in January, is that right? And then at the end of the season you left. Is that the season?
At Bradford. Was I made club captain? I don't remember that
No one
happening.
told him.
Oh no, no, maybe not.
Maybe not. Might have been somewhere else.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Cut that. Cut that.
That's what Wikipedia says. Maybe not.
No, maybe not.
And then obviously, that's when you went to Carlisle.
Yeah. Signed for Carlisle.
Was Beachy the manager then, or
No, Stephen Presley signed me.
Ah, right,
there.
okay.
And I started playing. Did all right at the beginning.
another crazy Scotsman?
Yeah. He was quite. Do you know what? The
Passionate.
passionate. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing which I found so weird, but it was great. After the first game of the season, we had like 3 or 4 days off straight after the first game of the season. Like he was like, "Yeah, we're doing it in 6 week blocks. So you'll train hard all these days, and then at the end of that, I'll give you till Thursday off after a Saturday game." And I was like, and that happened to coincide with it being the first game of the season. So it's the first game of the season, and we were off till like the next till next Thursday. And we were like, "This is great. It's going to be good." Yeah. And then obviously got sacked.
Did it work? This is great.
Yeah, this is great.
No, it's not.
Absolutely awful performances.
We're there.
We didn't really play that well. We never really like got to a point where we were like winning loads of games. We'd win one, lose one, draw one, win one, lose one, draw one, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I remember being. He was Fleetwood manager. For a bit.
He was. Yeah.
And I got invited back, just doing like a bit of a player, speech and stuff like just addressing people like who were having a meal in the boardroom and stuff like that. And they'd won the game, and he came in and cartwheeled.
I can't actually see that.
Like this, yeah.
That's a bit crazy. That.
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah. Crazy fella.
wow.
He's quite a big guy as well, isn't
Passionate, yeah. We was
To do a
like,
count.
he? Be like hitting the lights and that on the way around.
but he was just like a passionate Scotsman.
Yeah, he was. He was actually. Yeah, really nice guy. Like I had a lot of time for him.
Yeah.
I did actually like him. I had a lot of time for him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then Beachy come in after that.
Yeah, came in after that, changed it all up a little bit.
Dropped
me, and
did he speak to you?
Yeah, he spoke to me a little bit. Yeah, but as the way we kind of spoke to each other was we didn't really have much respect for each other at the time. So I don't know. I reckon probably now, like if I saw him, I'd just be like, "Oh, like how's it going?" I would have no ill feeling against him because I wouldn't hold a grudge like that. I've got no need in doing that. So at the time, like obviously you're raging with them, you don't really want to chat to them, so you just be arses to each other most of the time.
Yeah.
And that was that.
And you was only there that one season.
Yeah.
And then went to Morecambe.
Yeah. Morecambe was the COVID season, so no one in the stands or anything. Went and
Who was the manager? Derek Adams.
Yeah. Because I remember going to the Morecambe ground to like sign and everything, and he was just there just on his own. Just ended up just like looking at the deal. I thought, yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, I'll take it back.
What league were they in then?
League 2 at the time.
Right, okay.
So it's the same league. But because it was COVID, it was just so different. Like there was just, obviously no one was really about at the time. There was not much happening. I think everyone was sort of a little bit up in the air. Like if you're out of contract, it's very up in the air. Like, are you going to get somewhere? You're not going to get somewhere. And I was like...
Not just that though, like you might sign and there's no games being played.
Yeah. So it was just
sign
for
it.
free.
Yeah, just sign it.
just sign
Well,
it.
I'm surprised. I suppose clubs had to register players, didn't they, before a certain time? But a lot of the clubs must have been thinking...
It was all pushed back so quite far, wasn't it? Because I don't think I ended up signing until like August, which was pretty much...
Start of the season.
Yeah, the start of the season. I think that's when my contract officially started at August. Right. Just so like people had like buffers, so they weren't paying so clubs weren't paying people to do nothing.
It's mad though, because they would have had to sign players, and then they might have been having internal talks going, well, we
is
might
it
not
even
play
going to happen?
Yeah. Not even going to play this season.
I got furloughed.
Did you?
Failed. Just on furlough at home. Yeah, I was buzzing.
Oh, amazing. We still got full pay at Carlisle. They were, in fairness, the club were great about it because they just paid everyone full whack up until your contract finished. So,
and when did the season actually start that year?
I can't remember. I think it might have been later in August.
Right,
perhaps,
so it did actually,
I can't remember.
And it was no crowds, weren't it?
Yeah, no crowds.
Behind closed doors.
And we were tipped to be the team that would get relegated that season. Because I remember chatting with Derek Adams, and he would say, and I said, "Oh, what's the club's expectations for the season?" Just so you know, I thought I got to come into this meeting with something to say, so I can actually ask him something when he goes, "Oh, have you got any questions?" I go, "Actually, yeah, I do."
Let me ask you a question.
What's the club's expectations for you? He said, we don't get relegated. And I was like, okay, cool, all right, cool,
yeah, decent.
Yeah, so
reach for the stars.
And that was literally the conversation. And then, ended up signing. Good pre-season, and then we just rolled into the league, and we did okay to begin with, a few wins and draws here and there, and then just carried on going, got better and better throughout the year.
Right,
it was a very good season for us.
Where'd you finish?
In playoffs, and then won the playoffs. Played Newport in the final.
I watched that game.
Did you?
Bowness in Windermere, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And did
won in extra time in a penalty.
You guys did?
Yeah. Won in extra time. So it was we just slowly just got better and better throughout the season. We were kind of we were a team that was just very defensive. Just used to just kind of not. We didn't even just kick it long. We were just very defensive teams. Used to play counter-attacking kind of football, and then we just got better and better as the season went on. Got into the playoff places. And then
it was a big shock that you just went up.
Yeah, and then I can't remember who we beat.
So the expectations were just to stay up, and you ended up.
They was favourites to go down.
Being promoted.
Up,
and then played Tranmere, beat them 2-1 on aggregate in the semis, and then went into the final against Newport and beat them in the final. Got promoted in it. We were it's brilliant, unbelievable.
And was there ever a conversation for you to stay on at the club?
Well, this was the weird thing, because at the time Derek Adams was leaving to go to Bradford, and I think everyone half knew that at the time.
Right.
So it was, and the club was sort of like, well, we can't commit to sign anyone because we don't even have a manager. So everyone was sort of up in the air, and I think it ended.
And that's a strange move for a manager, isn't it? Like, who's been, especially Derek, who'd been there a long time.
Yeah.
He's been back and forth.
Yeah, he's
2 or 3 times already.
He has, yeah. But I think because he was getting a good deal, obviously going to Bradford, bigger club, obviously big expectations as well. The club didn't end up signing really many players. Some of them, a couple players went to Bradford, loads of players left. There wasn't many people there from League Two into League One.
Right. Was there ever a conversation for you to go to Bradford, go back there?
Oh no.
No, didn't fancy it.
When I see, going back always be a little bit tricky. It's a little bit. I mean, I would have liked to have gone back and been able to try and help getting them back into the league, but I don't think that was ever probably on the cards.
No,
I was pushing it as well. I was probably oldish, 34 maybe at the time.
Cheers, mate.
And then was
Is that
Micky?
me done now then?
No, you were done years ago. Was it Micky then who took you back to Tranmere?
Yeah.
So Micky had moved to Tranmere, then brought you back there, did he?
Yeah. I remember, I think one of the comments from someone after I signed was, "You've got us into this mess, so you can get us out of it by beating them obviously we beat them in the playoffs, so you got us into this mess."
Yeah, the 2-1.
Yeah, you get us up, kind of thing. Someone said it, and I thought it was quite funny as well.
Sorry, lads.
Yeah. Sorry, Tranmere, but we didn't do it, unfortunately, at Tranmere. But I enjoyed my time there. It's good to be able to go back with Micky Mellon, work under him again.
Who was the assistant?
Yeah, Ian Dawes.
Right, okay.
Was the assistant at the time, and then they had coach Parky. Is it Andy Parkinson? Andy Parkinson, I think.
Did Andy Mangan come back at that time?
He wasn't. No, he wasn't there. I think he was there in non-league when they got promoted, maybe a couple of years before.
Right. Yeah, because I remember Micky taking him to Shrewsbury, then to Tranmere. Like he took him everywhere.
Yeah. Good friends then. Good friends. But yeah, he's doing all right though, Andy, isn't he? Is he at Stockport now?
Yeah, I think so. But there were talks of him like going Real Madrid.
I remember that,
stuff like.
We need to get him on and ask him about that.
Yeah.
I've heard stories about it. Yeah, it's something along those lines, wasn't it? Because I think.
Can you imagine that? I'm going Real Madrid.
Yeah. Right.
Imagine a Real Madrid.
Yeah.
President like, spending the night with Mangy, like get him back on the next flight.
Fuck his visa's got gone through.
He's just chatting my head off for 20 hours.
I don't think the Spanish people would quite understand it, would they? It's a
No.
different, very different
Yeah.
culture. Scousers, Spanish people, it's a probably slightly different culture.
But I reckon they would have loved him.
Oh, yeah. It would have been
Yeah. He'd have won him over.
different. Yeah.
Who was your centre-half partner there? Because there was a lad who went from Fylde.
Was it not
Tranmere.
McNulty? Had he gone
No,
by then?
I did. I weren't with
Right.
him. I've seen him a few times at Tranmere though. I had a chat with him. He's a
Yeah.
good player. Him.
Yeah.
Good player.
Monster.
Oh, he's so good, wasn't he? Everyone
Great
used to
player.
hammer him. Obviously, he's a big guy, but
Yeah.
he
Just
had
a
it
bit-
all
if
up
you're a
there,
big guy,
didn't
you're a big guy.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything about it, can you? You just
he?
got to
Hey,
take it.
no, you're right. You're right.
Everyone used to give him shit. It was like, I'm not asked. What can
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah,
It's just what I am.
he could read the game well.
I thought he was a class player. He was such a good player.
Yeah.
But one of the best comebacks that I've ever heard on a football pitch was towards him. So he was like mouthing off at someone's like, and he was like, because Scouser, you're fucking like, and this guy just went, "What's your name?" McFlurry. It was
He was
brilliant.
about to just laugh himself.
Yeah, he went, "Oh, fuck it, man." But it was
Fair
just
play,
brilliant.
fair play. That's good. That's a good one. Actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go, it's on the pitch,
Nice,
like.
nice. Yeah.
And then
Forgot
obviously,
to mention
go on.
Bramthwaite
Oh yeah.
at Carlisle.
Yeah, took my spot.
Did
Did
he?
he?
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one who.
So he
because
actually-
he was 16 then, when he was 16, 17.
17, I think.
Yeah.
He's 17. But like, even in training, like you try. I was like, because most like kids, you know, how you can kind of rag them a little bit.
Yeah.
You couldn't really rag him, and I was thinking this is very different because normally most kids you can pull them about a bit,
Move
and they
them away,
don't really
yeah.
have much kind of awareness of what's going on. As you get more experience, you get that. But he kind of was there already. And I was thinking this guy's good, and then obviously he took my spot. And then obviously
Yeah.
I weren't playing.
It was a bad decision, weren't it? Like whoever.
Yeah, well, why would they let him
Where is
play?
he now?
Yeah, exactly.
It was Beachy as well.
Yeah, I know it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. But no. You know, when you look back and you go, someone who's playing for England now is taking my spot, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not, you know,
Yeah.
I'll live with
Maybe
it.
the gaffer was right. You're
might-
clueless, BJ. You don't know.
Maybe we might got one
Okay,
right.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
just that one. But yeah, no, fair play because
Yeah,
he's done
yeah.
well. He's done
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So I don't mind losing my spot to someone who's playing in the,
Yeah,
in
you
the
don't
England
mind
team.
that.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then obviously at that point, then you've got a decision then to drop back into non-league
Yeah.
with Kidderminster Harriers.
Yeah.
It's not really that's
They're
it's a
full
big
time,
club,
aren't
innit?
they?
They were full time,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think at the time I was sort of like, I'm not ready to start playing part time football. I still want to play full time football. I feel like I can still do it.
Was Caleb Richards there?
Yeah.
Lovely
Caleb,
kid.
what a guy. Yeah.
Lovely,
Really
lovely
nice,
kid,
really
yeah.
nice guy. I like him a lot. Consistent as well, just very consistent,
Yeah.
steady.
He wasn't nice to play against. He was a decent player, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he was,
I feel like it's just like, you know, in that way, like, you know what you're getting from him. Like 1v1s, you're not going to get past him.
Yeah.
He'll
He should have
give it
played.
his
He should
all.
have played higher.
I think so
Should
as
have
well.
played
But he's
higher.
still got, in fact, he's 26, 7. Is he? Maybe 25, 26.
Yeah.
Maybe even 27. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
We've been at Kidderminster about 5-6
Yeah.
years, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
longer.
No, he's decent, yeah.
you'd like to think he'd be able to push it a little bit higher, but
Yeah.
that's obviously on him,
Well,
I
he,
guess.
he was at Blackpool when he was younger, like really
Yeah.
highly rated, and
Yeah.
just didn't. You know, sometimes you just need that bit of luck to be chucked into the first team and have that run of games. And
Yeah.
just never really
quite
had it.
got it, did he? But loved it there as a club. We had a good group of players. First season as well, got promoted. Went on like a mad run at the end of the season, winning sort of like 6 games in a row, including the playoff games, which just kind of took us from out of the playoffs to into the playoffs to winning the playoffs. So it was unbelievable. Really good team, really good characters there as well.
That to get you into the National League.
Yeah. As like, you know, like you said, with all the teams that you get promoted with, you have a good group, don't you?
Yeah.
You always have good groups of players with
Yeah.
in teams that you get promoted in. But yeah, I just still wanted to play full-time football still. And I was traveling down from Preston, so it was a hell of a journey. And I'd stay down every now and then, but it was like it takes a toll on your body, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The traveling. If you've ever done like lots of traveling,
That down the M6 to get to Kidderminster.
yeah.
Okay.
It takes a toll on the body. So doing that for 2 years was probably a little bit step too far. Yeah.
And then
Part-time.
Yeah, part-time. Started at Tamworth, obviously went on loan at the end of the year. Just introduced to that part-time life. And
How did you find it training at night at first?
Yeah, at first it's a little bit different, but then you get used to it, don't you? You get used to it, and and especially at the age I'm at now, like I could, if I was having to go in every day, my body couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
The joints,
Yeah.
things like that. You have to.
37
Kind
now.
of smoking weed, like.
You don't feel it as much.
Joints. But I said to him, I said, what do you do for work now then? He was like,
Just chilling.
thinking about,
Savings.
Yeah.
no, you know what he's doing?
Yeah, I do.
Go on, tell us what you got.
Pizza man.
Pizzas.
Pizza man.
So he's starting his
What
own
are doing
business.
I'm going to try and start
Pizzas.
out. Everyone likes pizza.
What's it called?
Slice Bros.
Slice Bros.
Slice Bros.
At
good's
Slice
that?
Bros NW. What?
At Slice Bros. Sounds like a
www.
Sounds like a golf channel.
Sounds like my golf channel. Slice Bros.
Yeah. So just starting. So see where it goes. I don't know. If it takes off, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. It's just something me and my friend.
You said you love making pizzas, didn't you?
I love making pizza. I've been making pizzas for 10 years. Been doing it since Shrewsbury days.
Have you?
Yeah, in
What,
my
like make your own dough and everything?
oh yeah, from scratch. Yeah, dough. Flour.
Can you?
Not quite there yet.
Can you not?
No.
Still
not
rolling?
quite there. No, never roll. You don't want to roll. You don't want to roll. No, you
Pat it out.
tan them.
Nice.
Give it a bit of that. No, not too much.
How big are they?
Pizzas.
Are they a 9-inch, 12-inch? Are you super big?
Still the pizzas.
Yeah.
Depends.
We're not that close yet.
It depends. Depends how big your dough ball is. 280 grams. You're looking 9 to 12 inches, depending on how thick you want it. And then
Class. I used to deliver pizza, so I love
oh man, yeah.
this. Yeah.
Did you work for Dolmeo's, was it?
No, Scusi's in Ormskirk.
Didn't you knock on Sanchez's door?
So you're not
Something
far
like
from
that?
Scusi's.
Suarez.
Suarez, yeah.
Suarez's
Delivered to
door.
Suarez.
No, oh nice.
Delivered to the till.
that's
Not
that's
one
cool.
bit of tip, no tip.
Oh really?
200 quid order, no
No.
tip.
Oh wow.
I nearly battered him and Lucas at the door. Remember Lucas Laver? He was
He was living in a council flat at the time. Suarez.
He's in his
It was him.
gated community house. Yeah, it was mint.
Was it?
Yeah, Scusi's in Ormskirk, best pizzas going. if
Oh,
you want to
really?
try
No,
that.
second
okay.
best.
Second
Slice
best
Bros.
after Slice Bros.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're not in Ormskirk, but
Yeah.
Preston, for any, or just Northwest, if you're in the Northwest.
Well, we've got
Private
a
events.
live show coming up, so you should get a pop up outside. Just sell them to the gang.
If you want me there, I'll be there. I'll be
Might be
there.
able to do that, Corey.
Yeah.
That's a no.
He wants a big piss up.
That's a no.
He wants a piss up and you're organising pizzas.
I think we've got a pie and peas.
You can't even get a fucking guest on, never mind fucking food.
Rubbish.
Useless, man.
But mate, really enjoyed that.
No, great.
Yeah,
Excellent.
really good.
Thanks
Have you
for having me
enjoyed
on. Yeah, thanks for having
We
me
didn't
on.
mention
Appreciate it a
Southport.
lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we did at the start and then we've come back
Yeah,
round to it,
that's
haven't
true.
we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much to it. It's not, I mean, it's what it is, isn't it?
Just 'cause- how long do you think you'll carry on playing for?
As long as my body will allow.
Right.
I reckon I've got another year.
Yeah.
I'd like to do next season. If anyone still wants me, I'd do next season. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Hopefully.
Mate, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks
much,
very
guys.
much.
Appreciate it a lot.
Calmest, nicest, poshest guest we've ever had.
Yeah, with his head screwed on.
Yeah.
Rather
From an early age.
rather stick money into an ISA than go more beer. What a guy.
Which is, it's good though, isn't it?
Oh, just
refreshing.
We had Willem on who lost 15 grand in a night.
In a night. That's what I mean.
I can't, yeah, stuff like that. It just
You could never.
scares me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd just be like, oh
Well,
my no.
it should scare you. Shouldn't you imagine that?
Yeah, that's mental. Yeah.
What did you
nah.
do before your debut? I went on my phone and blew 15 grand on roulette.
Oh,
What?
God. No, yeah. I couldn't.
Like, what?
Oh, things like that. I'm just like, nah. But yeah, everyone's different. Horse for course and that. I don't know. People.
Yeah,
like
but you
doing
bet on
different
horse
stuff.
as well. You're right. Mate, thank you.
No,
Cheers,
no problem.
pal.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Nathaniel
it.
Knight-Percival.